Good day and welcome to our program. I am your host, Takuzwa Shaya, and today in the program, I'm joined by the Secretary General of the newly formed political party Freedom Fighters for Change, FFC, and the Secretary General is none other than Mr. Edmore Marange. Say, welcome to the program.
Welcome and thank you. Thank you, our viewers.
Thank you. So going straight into our program, can you tell us what FFC is all about?
To cut a long story short, Freedom Fighters for Change, which is FFC, is a political movement in Zimbabwe. It's a political party in Zimbabwe, soon to be the governing party of Zimbabwe. We are a radical movement which aims at liberating our people, our Zimbabweans, and Africa at large, to liberate them from political oppression, economic sideline, or marginalization. So this is who we are, to cut it short. So we want to empower our people economically, that is most importantly, and also to give them freedom to exercise their political will and political exercises freely in a democratic nation, in a democratic Africa. That is Freedom Fighters for Change.
So please, can you explain further, what do you mean by you are a radical movement?
We are a radical movement, meaning to say we are an action group. We take nonsense. We don't take nonsense. We just focused on building the nation. If anything is contrary to building the nation, then we as Freedom Fighters for Change will take action to make sure that is stopped and stopped therewith. So that is what we call by radical. Meaning to say we take the bull by its horns. We took this idea from our foreign heroes, Herbert Temple and the rest. We took this from them. They were fighting for the freedom of our people so that we own our land. We own our resources. We own everything that is Zimbabwean. So this is who we are.
Meaning to say, if there's a need for you to go into the streets and demonstrating
right away. As long there's a need to go into the streets, we as leaders, we always on the front with the people. We lead our people. We don't put people in front, then we follow them. No, we lead them into whatever demonstration we have sanctioned. Legally, we will be on the forefront. That's who we are.
Maybe people would want to know, how big is your political party?
Zimbabwe has a population of around 16 million. And we believe we have more than 5 million voters who are longing to belong to Freedom Fighters for Change. We are big because we are covering all the 10 provinces of Zimbabwe. We have members across the country. And we have other members, even in the government. We have members there. We have members in other political setups. We have members. So they're just waiting for us to make a call into action. Then you will see how big we are. It's not something that I should explain here to you because you need figures and names and so forth. But you will see when we are in action that FFC is not a small party. Like I said, we are soon to be the governing party. So if we are soon to be the governing party, it means we are big. We are big because we touch the minds of people. We are for the people. We represent the people, the mind of the people of Zimbabwe, the hearts of the people of Zimbabwe. We represent them because we are of the truth. We speak nothing but the truth. What we speak is what we do. What we don't know, we don't know. So we are loud, very loud in the things we know, and very quiet in those things we do not know. So we seek advice in those things we do not know. we seek information, we search for it. Once we have the information, once we have their problems, we offer solution. There is no amount of problem that a Zimbabwean should face we cannot address. No, we address every problem. As long as a Zimbabwean problem which needs a Zimbabwean solution, we address all those problems. And our problems, my brother, they are very, very minimal. Very, very minimal. And I wonder why this ZANU-PF government is failing to address them. So you wonder, are they willing to address them? Are they blind to see these problems? Are they daft? Are they this dull? What's wrong with them? Or they are not willing to offer a solution? Well, the solution is right there. We have the solution. We have the solution. That is why we are saying we are radical, because we can't keep waiting to offer our people a solution. Our people are being oppressed. Economically, they are being oppressed. Politically, they are being oppressed. Socially, they don't have any social standing. They are affected right, left, center. Everywhere, even in the supermarket, they are frustrated. If they go even to the tax rank, they are frustrated. If they go into the bank, they are frustrated. Wherever they go, they are frustrated. Even when they want water to drink, they are frustrated. There's no water. It's either the water is there in the pipes, but it's unsafe to drink. So they are always frustrated in whatever sphere. Now it's back to school. They are already frustrated. So our people are dying. Some are dying with depression. You hear somebody falling in a toilet or in a bathroom while taking a bath. He died. She died. What's going on? Stress, depression. Who is causing it? The sitting government.
Wait. Before we delve much into the problems which Zimbabwe is facing, since independence to date, there are a lot of political parties that were formed and they failed to remove ZANU-PF from power. So why should people believe you as FFC?
Since 1980, yes, there were a lot of political parties that emerged, that were formed. Before 1980, there were also other political parties that were formed, that emerged. Some collapsed, some were banned. ANC was banned, which was led by our comrade, the Father Zimbabwe, Joshua Mkabuko Nyong'o. It was banned. They formed another party. They formed ZAPU. Some, they renegade out of ZAPU. They formed ZANU. Ndabaningi Story was kicked out of ZANU-PF. He formed ZANU-Ndonga. You see, Abe Mzurewa is his own party. So there were so many parties. When they went to Lancaster House, they agreed to go into election as friendly states, friendly parties. They betrayed each other. ZAPU stood on its own. ZANU-PF stood on its own. And the results we all know. So there were a lot of parties. But before 1980, there were a lot of parties. And there were a lot of individuals who were so ambitious and aggressive to rule this country. You see? But eventually, Ian Douglas Smith was removed from power. The white monopoly was removed from power. The white supremacist was removed from power. Then the blacks took over the reins, the levers of the country. 1980. So it was removed after 90 years of black oppression in Zimbabwe. They took the levers of the nation. So it's not surprising that there were a lot of formations that happened after 1980. Morgan Tsvangirai came with MDC, was so dedicated, but he could not. Nelson Chamisa came, Douglas Munzora came, Tozani Kupe came, Maduku came, and a lot of them. They all came. Simbama Kone came. They all came. And they could not, truly, to what you said, remove ZANU-PF from power. And your question is now saying, how sure are you that you will remove ZANU-PF? Every movement is different, and there is time for everything. We freedom fighters for change, like I said, we are radical people. And we believe that all those opposition parties, they were doing the best they could. But they didn't have what we have as freedom fighters for change.
The radical party.
Yes, the radical party. And also the people-centric ideology.
Also, you're saying opposition movements don't have the people-centric, not people-centric.
Even if they claim to have. But when there is a call for action, then you will see, do they have the people-centric ideology or not? So we listen to people of Zimbabwe, the oppressed one, the marginalized one. We have the solution to the ground issue. We have the solution. We have the solution to the foreign heroes who died in Edmore. Their remains are still there. We have the solution to that. That case has to be put to rest. If a family member dies, that family should have a closure of their person who died, of their deceased one. He died, Zamara died. They did not, in fact, I cannot say died, but though we believe he is dead, was abducted, never to be seen. His remains were never seen. The family, up to this day, they don't have any closure. So they have wounds on them. So it has to be addressed. And we as freedom fighters for change, we need to address all those social injustice. We must address. The military people, we respect them. We must make sure they remain apolitical as they are. Their duty is to safeguard the sovereignty of this country. So it must be made sure with the government that our military guys are apolitical. Not that opposition party members, if they see the military, they are fearful, not of the military, but of ZANU-PF, to have sent the military in their area to intimidate them. You see? So why is this happening? And where are our opposition leaders? Where are opposition parties? Are they not seeing all these injustices? They always complain and shout. Doing what? For the past 20-something years, what have you been 24 years? What did you do? You were being complaining about this, but what did you do?
So as FFC, how are you going to deal with all these problems, the social, the political, and the economic problems which you have just mentioned, supposing you are in government today?
Okay, thank you very much. If we are in government, we are going to address first and foremost the economic question. The economic question, we're going to address it. Number one, by nationalizing all precious minerals. By precious minerals, I'm talking of gold. We're going to nationalize all gold mines. Every gold that is in Zimbabwe is going to be nationalized. We're going to nationalize diamond. We're going to nationalize chrome. We're going to nationalize lithium. We're going to nationalize rhodium and other precious minerals, which we will classify. And with consultation with the experts, we're going to nationalize those minerals. Because those are national treasures, which we, if we sell them or if we add value to them, will make our people financially stable, economically stable. Because Zimbabwe is backed by minerals and agriculture. So we are going to make sure, the second thing is to make sure that land is demarcated and marked for a specific use so that we have food security in our country. 2024 is a disastrous year because we are faced with the drought. The government is doing nothing. What they are thinking of is 2 billion to buy grain from somewhere. That is what they are thinking. They are not thinking local. They are just thinking international. They blame the opposition for thinking wise to bring foreign investment into the country. But they themselves, they are also thinking outside Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is vast with minerals, vast with resources, vast with everything that we need is here in Zimbabwe. There's no point for a leader to look outside. Those from outside, they will come. Look, our people are trafficking, are going to South Africa, some are going to Europe, in search of what? What they call greener pastures. Because the situation here is not showing, is blinding people to see the greener pastures here in Zimbabwe. So people are going to South Africa, or people are going to Europe in search of jobs so that they feed their families. What? South Africa did not advertise that come here, come here. England did not advertise that come here, come here. There are a lot of jobs. They did not advertise. But our people just discovered that there are jobs there. So they are going there. They are flocking there. So if we make things right here in Zimbabwe, those from outside, those who called say investors, because there's no way we can deal without foreign investment. We also need them. But we don't have to beg them. We have to make our policies and measures right so that they will come begging to invest in our country, thereby creating jobs. So if we nationalize our minerals, like I said, we will create millions of jobs because gold will be polished, will be sold here, will be purified here. Platinum will be purified here, and the gold diamond will be cut and polished here, so that we add value to our minerals. Lithium, we will make batteries here. Every lithium product, we will make them here. We have the engineers. We have the University of Zimbabwe. We have NAST, National University of Science and Technology. We have CAT, Chino University of Technology. We have Midlands, MSU, Midlands State University. We have Mutare State University, Africa University. We have a lot of institutions, ZEGO, for Zayaja in Bindura. We have those which are offering these services. So why can't we make use of our engineers, of our technocrats, to make our own things here in Zimbabwe? If we fail in anything, we hire experts from outside. We can hire experts from outside to teach our people so that we make the products and sell finished product. How can you manufacture comb here? You sell it raw. They go and do whatever they do here. They bring the iron here, the steel here. They sell us at a very high price. Who does that? What is that? So we, the generation of today, we are saying we can make these things happen here in Zimbabwe. So there's no point taking our raw materials out. No, we purify them here. So land for agriculture will be marked for agriculture. No residential stand will be required or will be expected to be seen on those areas marked for agriculture. If it's for agriculture, for farming, it's marked for farming and no other use. If there is any change of use needed to be done, the government has to be involved. The stakeholders have to be involved. If I'm saying stakeholders, I'm talking of the community surrounding that farm. They have to be considered. Their input is very important because they are people-centered. So our government will rule with the people, will lead with the people. So whatever we do, it will be done in consultation with our people, the majority rule. That's what we believe.
You mentioned a pertinent issue of Gukurahundi, which is being described by some of the government officials as a sensitive issue. How are you going to deal with this one? Because for over 3 decades, it has been an issue which a lot of government officials fail to deal with. So how are you going to deal with that issue?
Did they fail to deal with it? How can you say, okay, what you are saying, my brother, is like someone came to your house, you have a sister, he raped your sister, you go away, you catch him up, or the police arrest him. Then he comes to you and say, no, I love your daughter so much. I want to marry your daughter. Will you believe that one? That he really or truly loves your daughter? He comes into your house, forcefully he rapes your daughter. They have no relationship. They don't know each other before. He just came into your house, he rapes your daughter. He goes out, the police arrest him. Then he comes and say, I want to marry your daughter. Let's do the outside court settlement. I love your daughter. I want to marry. Would there be any solution in that kind of arrangement? There will not be solution. He's a culprit. So you will never ask a culprit to solve the problem of the victim. It is not done anyway. So those government officials you are saying, they are the real culprits. They know what happened. So they can't face it. They can't face it. You know, the Gokura issue is sensitive. It's as sensitive as it is. FFC government will solve it. Do you know why? This is for your own benefit and for the incumbent too, for his own benefit. Reach out to them, the families affected, the people affected. Reach out to them, sit with them, let them tell you. Send people, send commissioners. Let them tell you what they want. We're not saying if they ask you for 10 billion, we'll give them 10 billion. No, it's not done like that. They are Zimbabwe. So ask them, how do they want this issue to be settled?
So as FFC, are you going to arrest those culprits?
To arrest? A criminal is going to be arrested. By a criminal, I'm saying, if there is tangible evidence of any individual, we don't arrest an organization. The Constitution arrests individuals. So if you have a crime of rape, you will be arrested. If you have a crime of murder and there's overwhelming evidence to suggest that, you will be arrested. And we don't mince words with that. Every individual who has committed a crime, there is evidence to that. That person must be arrested. Investigated, then arrested. If it's to put to the prison, let him be sent to the prison. So the Gogura issue, we're not seeking to arrest anybody here for now. We are seeking to put this to finality. So that Zimbabwe is one unitary people. One unit. That's what we want. We want to be one unit. We don't want some people calling them Develes, Shonas, and so forth. It's so embarrassing. We're very ashamed to hear all those things. We as FFC government, we don't solve a Zimbabwean crisis on tribal lines or on racial lines. No. Develes, Zezurus, Ndaus, Samanyikas, Chewas, Korekores, all are people of Zimbabwe. We are one unitary people. Even the whites who are here, even the Indians who are here, who are citizens here, even the Chinese who are citizens here, they are all one people. So we need to solve the Zimbabwe crisis as one people. And we are against the monarchism, whereby there is a one family that is trying to make Zimbabwe its own kingdom. We don't want an institution like that. No. If we are to have a kingdom in Zimbabwe, then we have to divide them using the old map, whereby the Maranges, they have their own, the chieftainship there, the Charamba, the Charumbiras, they have their own, the Sose, they have their own. That's not what we want. We don't want to solve a Zimbabwean crisis in that regard. Yes, we will respect our traditional chiefs. They will be accorded their rights and their respects. We respect. Whenever I'm going to Mtoko, I see the chiefs there. I seek their permission. But they're the owners of that land. It is Zimbabwe, yes, but they're the owners of that. Traditionally, they're the owners of that land. So I need to consult with them. I need to get their permission. Just like when you come to Harare, you want to address any meeting in Harare, you address first the mayor of Harare. Why? Because you are saying he is the owner of Harare. He is representing the Harare, he is the chief executive officer of Harare. So we have to respect it. So the Gokura issue will reach out to them. They will offer us the solution. We have our own plan, but we don't give them our plan first. We are not going there to represent the Shonas. No, we are going there to represent the government, so that they don't take us. If they see a Shona, they don't see their enemy. They must see a brother, a sister. So we are just extending a hand there, not helping them, but putting this to finality.
Okay, so in your recent press conference, you said 2028 is too far for Zimbabwe to have an election. Rather, you are going to make a plan for the nation to go for an election before 2028.
Yes.
How are you going to do it?
The question,
considering the constitution stipulates that the nation goes to the election after every 5 years. I mean the presidential elections.
I'm very aware of our constitution of 2013 with some amendments. I am very aware of that. Very much aware of what our constitution says and the stipulates and the electoral laws. I'm very aware of that. But still, 2028 is too far.
How
under this condition, whereby the father of the nation has no clue or idea. Personally, I don't blame him for that. If I want to be very honest with you, I blame the people of Zimbabwe. We, the people of Zimbabwe. Kumusha, when we are growing up, if you see an elderly person holding anything or carrying anything on the head, what you do, you take that thing from the elder, you carry it yourself to where he's going. That's what our culture is all about. So our people, the people of Zimbabwe, they are seeing an elder carrying a heavy load, which he can't push, which he can't carry, even for a 1 centimeter. They are still ignoring it, thinking that things will be fine. Yet that load that he is carrying, there is food for you. There is peace for you. There is unity for you.
But what if the elder refuses to be assisted?
He can't refuse. He can't refuse. FFC government, they have seen it, that they have failed. They have made their investigations, and there is no way that the elder can deliver. And the FFC government will not take that as an answer to the Zimbabwean problem. No, we will not take it. That's why we are saying we will not take it. What action are we going to take? Not now. Not now. But we have underway actions already happening. Those with eyes, they are seeing it already.
Mr. Marange, we just want to thank you for this wonderful moment we have together. Just your parting words, quick one, to the people of Zimbabwe.
Thank you very much. My fellow Zimbabweans, the only solution that you need is with us as freedom fighters for change. This is the only party that has your solution. We are not undermining all other opposition parties. We are not undermining their efforts. They've been doing a lot to conscientize you of the need of change of government. But here is the solution for you. Freedom fighters for change is the only solution that you need, because we listen to you and we've been listening to you. And we heard your call, and here we are to solve your problems. Allow us to lead you, then we will lead together. And you have food on your table. You have all your dreams fulfilled. Thank you so much.
That was the Secretary General of FFC, a newly formed political party, Mr. Edmore Marange. We have come to the end of our program. I'm Takus Vashaya, and to meet again. Bye-bye.